on Curiosity Stream. He allows them their riches.
Putin has to be the richest of the rich.
In exchange for their loyalty.
The oligarchs have supported someone for president that they underestimate.
The illicit affair between Russia's elite and the man who rules them on Putin and the oligarchs. And World War II Normandy. An obscure battle training session takes a tragic turn. Uncover the one secret military catastrophe on the secret D-Day disaster. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
Bro, gnarly. What's up, Taylor? Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man. Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro. Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case. Dude, no way. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact me today at advocateslaw.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve a throw hell to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today, Miles, I kind of do this in your honor, all right? You know, we've been friends for a long time, and I don't care who you are. When someone treats your friend badly, you just don't like that person, right? For various reasons. But in this case, we're going to toast this guy anyway. So today, we toast that bloated pouch of gravy discharge wedged into leather pants, sprayed with bacon fat before being ladled onto a stage with the promise of being paid in half-eaten fake Newtons pulled out of a dumpster behind an unlicensed animal crematorium. That's right, Motley Crue frontman Vince Neil.
Vince Neil.
Returned 61 years old today.
Oh, we're toasting Vince Neil.
Oh, yes, we are. Our sweaty, greasy friend.
61.
That's right, the big 61.
Okay.
Yeah. He's turned in singing for now doing kung fu movie styling when he's doing a concert.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? I don't know if you watched any videos of Vince Neil live lately, but that's about it. But I figured, hey, why not toast our buddy, our friend, favorite interview of all time, endearing guy, full of affection, clearly not full of himself.
I just said that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Vince, we got you, buddy. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola!
Script is a story. It's not a story book.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Steve a throw hell, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Kane. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hey, what's up, bitches?
Hola. All right, Kane, you understand how this here game is played?
Yeah, I've been listening for years. Let's go.
Well, fantastic.
All right.
Then you know already you have your choice of the wonderful world of drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
Let's go with the foreign object.
Yeah. All right, here is your story. We go to the fine state of North Carolina, where police arrested a drug trafficker found with 40 bags of heroin, crack cocaine, and Percocet pills hidden inside of his body. Greenville Regional Drug Task Force took Randall Streeter, who's 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighs 315 pounds. They took him into custody along with a passenger after pulling over the car that he was driving. Now, during the stop, agents seized 150 bags of heroin and about $1,200 in addition to the drugs that were found inside of this man. The total estimated street value of the narcotics found in his body and in the car, approximately $6,800. He was charged with heroin trafficking and is currently in Pitt County Detention Center under $1 million secured bond. According to the police, Streeter is suspected of dealing huge amounts of heroin in the Greenville and is also linked to numerous prostitution cases. Anyway, the method that he used to conceal his drugs is commonly known in eastern North Carolina as the Percocet pouch. I don't know if that rings any bells.
Okay.
But where in his body did he hide the drugs? Was it, keep in mind, he's 5'5", 315 pounds. Was it his fat rolls, his rectum, his belly button? That's for you, Ted. Or his foreskin? So fat rolls, rectum, belly button, or foreskin. What delicious part of his succulent body did he hide the drugs?
Let's go with, 315 pounds. That's not like too big of a belly.
He's 5'5".
He's 5'5".
5'5", though.
Yeah, right.
That switches it up.
Yes, it does.
Let's go with the belly button.
Belly button. Okay. Ted?
Last week I was all about that belly button.
All about that belly button.
But it never worked out for me. I wish I knew what the Percocet pouch was. I don't.
That's the first I'd ever heard of it.
As well.
I'm going old school. I'm saying rectum.
Rectum.
Maybe we're getting thrown off by his size.
Yeah. Well, Ted, I know how much you love a Southwestern egg roll and a regular egg roll.
You're right. I love them.
I'm going to go fat rolls.
Fat roll.
It's in the fat rolls. All right, you're going to stick with that belly button, Kane? Final answer.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with belly button.
Where were the drugs? Were they in the fat rolls, the butt, the belly button, or foreskin? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
New on Curiosity Stream, he allows them their riches
Putin has to be the richest of the rich.
in exchange for their loyalty.
The oligarchs have supported someone for president that they underestimate.
The illicit affair between Russia's elite and the man who rules them on Putin and the oligarchs. And World War II Normandy. An obscure battle training session takes a tragic turn. Uncover the one secret military catastrophe on the secret D-Day disaster. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
Bro, gnarly. What's up, Taylor? Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man. Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro. Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case. Dude, no way. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Category is interior decorating. On profile this, we got a North Carolina man. He had a ton of drugs hidden inside his body after being pulled over by cops. $6,800 worth. He said it was in the, what do they call it, the North Carolina pocket?
The
Percocet pocket.
Percocet pocket.
Pouch pocket. Hang on.
Pouch pocket.
So, what's the difference between pouch and pocket?
What did he have in the pouch
Percocet
pocket?
This is the pouch. Yeah.
Question is, now we're going to figure out where the pouch pocket is.
Yeah, you're going to find out.
Is it the fat rolls, the butt, the belly button, or the foreskin?
Kane, that is a question that we asked you. Let us start with our very own Miles Montgomery.
That means no good.
He won fat rolls. No,
I did.
Even though he's got...
I mean, the dude is heavy for his height. So I just figured he'd have.
Yeah, 5'5", 315.
That'd be the
he is, in fact, heavy for his height. The Ted Smith, you went with the old leather Cheerio, known as the rectum.
Yeah.
And Kane, you went with the belly button. That is your Percocet pouch. Ted, I pulled the story for you, man.
Why was all belly button last week?
I know. I went out of my way to find a story. Someone put it in their belly button. Get you said I wanted to be belly button. Then this week you're like not belly button.
This Percocet tastes like toe jam.
Put it in my Percocet pouch.
Jesus. Now for all TV news all time for TV time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon.
The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices: the Jimmies,
Fallon Kimmel,
Seth Meyers. Smith.
Is it 10 or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talented runners come over their monologues each and every night. It's up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Former Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Antonio Brown has taken to Instagram to announce he's working with Kanye West.
Oh, boy.
And if the rumors are true, the new project is called Shirtless and Crying.
The Ted Smith.
Yeah, Ted Smith.
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, my God. Antonio Brown and Kanye West.
He's the head of the Donda Sports Division.
Put a $2 million Instagram post of, like, signed the deal with Kanye.
They're made for each other.
Kanye, you paid him $2 million. You don't even know what he can do yet.
I know what he can do.
You would be shocked if you saw the number that Kanye West makes from the clothing and stuff.
Really?
Oh, I want to say it's like $350 million or something.
Jeez, man.
The Olympics are underway, and the words on everybody's lips are, oh, they are?
Seth Meyers.
Yeah, Seth.
Kibble.
The Olympics are underway, and the words on everyone's lips are, oh, they are?
Let's see. In business news, a big merger is underway between Spirit and Frontier Airlines. They have agreed to come together, and if the deal goes through, they'll be the 5th largest airline in the country, and also the worst.
Myers.
Fallon.
Kibble.
Big merger is on the way between Spirit and Frontier Airlines. They've agreed to come together, and if the deal goes through, they would be the 5th largest airline in the country, and also the worst.
My God, that's the worst merger ever.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a joke code for earlier. Like, yeah, it'll just be like the Frontier because there's no drinks or food. Mm-hmm. So I watched some of the Olympics last night. I was all fired up. 8-10, puck drops. USA versus Canada women's hockey.
All right.
Canada goes up 1-0. I'm like, all right. USA comes back, 2 quick goals. Like, this is gonna be awesome. Yeah, and then Canada just wiped the ice with them. The final was like 4-2. Yeah, they just ripped off 3 in a row. And I'll tell you what, some of those Canadian ladies a little chippy for my taste. Now, penalties weren't called that I think should have been called, but I'll leave it at that. More than likely, these two teams will probably reach the gold medal game and rematch.
And play again, yeah. That's what you hope for.
It is. But it was kind of funny just sitting there. I was like, because I'm sure there is. I'm familiar with, women's soccer having a league, the WNBA. I'm just not super
women's hockey league. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe Canada doesn't already have a pro women's hockey league.
Right.
I mean, even if it's 10 teams.
But wouldn't you think that's kind of like for us with baseball? Like college softball is massive, but I don't know if like a professional women's softball league that's fast pitch. Like I'm sure there's teams that travel around and do stuff.
Right.
But it seems to me like at that point you're like Olympics or bust.
Pretty much.
Right? And you're right, because Canada invented hockey, we invented baseball.
I think you make it a combined ticket. I think you kind of do it like when the Sounders played the Timbers. So like you schedule.
And they had the rain out there playing.
Yeah, you schedule the same thing, man. You got a double header. So you buy one ticket, you go see both if you want, and you travel everybody together.
The problem is if I own the Sounders, say right, so
you can't warm up.
You do that with the rain. Because, and the Seattle Rain's a ridiculous team because I'm loaded with stars, right?
Yeah,
and then we're playing the Timbers. But also, if I own the Sounders, I don't want to do this all the time because that cuts into my profit. I can do it this time. We're playing the Timbers. It's a big deal. And you go, right, this game.
Depending on how they do profit margins.
Right, but I mean, the thing is, it's 2 games. I still got to pay for all the concessions at the stadium, all this stuff that you have to pay for. But now I'm splitting my ticket price.
But the NBA already has a hand in the WNBA. So they already have a profit sharing.
Sure.
I'll stop you right now and just tell you, as a fan, it was cool when the Rain did it, but I don't want to do that all the time.
Right.
It's too much.
It's a lot.
Because you know what I mean? Like, you go to a sporting event. Mm-hmm. Like, the idea of going to an NBA game and a 2 games at once.
And 90 minutes is a lot less than 2 basketball games.
Yeah.
Or 2 hockey nights. Hockey is 3 some hours.
Yeah. That's a lot.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Plus Miles, tell my dear. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying,
you're right.
It was cool when they did it. But, the Seattle Rain and the Thorns down in Portland, you know what I mean? They get people to show up to their game.
Absolutely.
Period. I have friends that don't even own Sounders tickets, but they own Rain tickets.
Right, but again, you have these international superstars playing on the team. And even by international, mostly from the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of the big names you know from women's soccer play on the Reign.
Well, they have the best Welsh player of all time.
Which would be...
Jess Fishlock. Stud. Absolute stud, man.
Jesus.
She's also just a cool person. All right, let's see. I got a list here of 8 TV show breakups that really affect people. Now, they're all fictional. Looking at the list... Miles, you will know one on here. Well, you'll know 2 of them. One of these, Miles, you'll know very well. It's a show you like. One is a show none of us like anymore, but we talk about it. All right. So they start with Taylor and Ryan on the OC. I watched the OC, but that came out in 2000.
Right.
Or 2001.
Was it a big deal? Was it all the rage? Was it all the talk? Was it hot?
Man, me and DB love that show. I can't remember.
I think if you're a high school age viewer,
sure,
breakups affect you more because that first breakup when you're the first person ever, it's harder.
Sure.
So I think that's more of the wheelhouse to make it oh no,
oh sure,
not these guys.
Mindy and Danny on the Mindy Project.
Never saw that show.
No.
I heard it was funny, but never.
Neither did I. But she's always very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Eleanor and Chatty on The Good Place.
My wife watched that show pretty religiously. Yeah, I think she may have been busted up about that one. I don't remember. Once you start talking about fictional relationship, I mean, no offense to anyone, I start tuning out. It's like meow, 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 mew, meow. Because I don't care. They're not real people.
I have a guess.
But I think it bugged her.
What on This Is Us, or This Was Us, or We Were That? Or
Not on the list.
We Be This.
All right.
Let's see. Veronica Mars and Logan on Veronica Mars. Well, that seems like that would be a big deal since the show's named after
title character.
She's the title character. The 10th Doctor and Donna on Doctor Who.
Oh, no, not the 10th Doctor.
Yeah, I don't know. That
He was a little unstable.
Doctor Who?
No, number 10.
Oh, was he? He was the weird one?
Yeah.
This one crushed me. Buffy and Angel on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I never watched that show, but when they broke up, I remember hearing about it. Just going into work and people are like, oh my God. I'm like, really, guys? Is it like, it's a big deal, dude? I'm like, I don't.
Look, I don't want to watch, generally I like shows that kind of aren't my real life.
Yeah.
But I get it. Some people get very invested, and then, and some of those, not that Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a drama, but sometimes those dramas, I get where people get upset because you're like, I can't believe that happened with that couple.
Well, and it's also a TV show.
Yeah.
So, the way you react to it, you don't know them. But if your best friend called you dude, I'm getting divorced, you'd be like, good for you, man. This has been coming for a long time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, hey, man, is it we in the clear here? Is it official? Okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the friend.
She's got big gums.
Exactly. No.
Right. There's obviously some people you're like, okay, I'm not shocked it took that long.
Such a loud talker.
But there's also people sometimes you're just like, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. You all right, buddy?
Yeah, just so
you
know.
Need to listen to Barbara Streisand?
Mm-hmm. All right, Miles, here's yours. Alexis and Ted.
Oh, Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
She was so hot, I was happy about it.
Now, see, that's the weird attachment.
That's the weird thing about it.
She was so hot. I'm like, good. I'm glad you broke up with him.
You don't need that.
Yeah.
You don't need
I still don't have a chance.
He's too nice.
But, yeah.
He's too nice. Don't do that.
You're exactly right. Cool.
And then the top one, obviously, you can see this one coming, is Rachel and Ross.
Oh, my God.
Friends.
How long did they, I did not watch Friends. But again, when it was on, that is all you heard about, no matter where you went. And as I understood it, they just worked together. But they, quote unquote, should be together. And then I guess eventually they were together, and then the wheels came off. And but listening to people talk about it, I'm like, this is not real life. You are not related to these people.
It was a long, a long storyline, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they were together for a couple, if I remember correctly, they were together for a couple years. And then, right, this is always the joke about we were on a break, right? Because he hooked up with some other girl, she finds out, then they never get back to, but then they kind of keep fighting for a whole nother season.
Sounds great. Didn't he own a monkey or something on the show?
He did.
Yeah,
Marcel.
Don't date a person with a monkey. Yeah, that's just my general advice.
I'm not ruling it out. If I meet a girl and she's got a monkey, now if she has a snake, she's out.
So she's got a monkey and you're still like the hell.
Whoa. Really? Depending?
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't, no.
When's the last time you played a road game, though? You just bring them over and play a home game. You know what I mean? You don't have to take that 7-game road swing. You know what I mean? You just We're playing at my place.
Oh, by the way, Ted,
Yeah.
someone wants to correct your list.
A couple months.
Veronica Mars.
Yeah.
It says Veronica and Logan didn't break up. He got exploded by a car bomb.
Ooh. Oh, that'll end the relationship.
I mean, it is a relationship.
My list says it was a breakup.
Hey.
Yeah, well, they broke up.
Maybe they broke up.
He broke up into many pieces.
And then they broke up, and then she bombed his car.
A car bomb.
He broke
What do you
up
think it's going to
into
be one
pieces.
person?
No.
I feel like the car bomb is like the exclusive thing of like either Italian mafia or old school like IRA, Ireland stuff.
That's how they came up with the Irish car bomb, Ted.
I know, which apparently, like, I've been to one bar.
Don't order that in Ireland. That would be my advice.
Yeah, we were in one place and I ordered it. Well, because I always talk about, like my buddy Looney that passed away. Like, that's what he liked to drink. So on his birthday or his death day, I'd always go out and get those. So we were at an Irish pub here in town where the family owns it, but the lady, the woman, like the matriarch of the family, is from Ireland, and she was not happy when we ordered those.
Yeah, it's probably an insult.
Well, for sure. And it's a terrible time in their history.
Yeah.
So you just don't want to relive it. You know, I'm like...
Give me a Civil War screwdriver.
Right. Exactly. Like, you'd be like, what?
I'll take an insurrection martini and 2 Civil War bombs.
Right. That would be bad stuff.
Exactly.
Let's see. I saw an interesting
an assassination amber and...
right. Yeah. So ratings for the weekend. Now, look, the Pro Bowl did terrible. Like, people are like, can you believe it? Like, it's football.
Yes.
But any actual football fan doesn't want to watch the Pro Bowl. Like, Thrill and I were giving Miles crap because he was like, I was golfing. If it was on, I would have watched it. And I'm like, dude,
no.
Trust me. Everybody in this room likes football. Thrill and I tried for like a play or two.
And you just can't do it. Like I said, if you're a football fan, the Pro Bowl is the worst thing to watch. It really is.
If you are in Vegas and it's an affordable ticket, I would go.
Sure.
Well, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. Yeah. I would go to it. Right, in Vegas, watch the skills.
Yeah, why the hell not?
The skills competition was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Russell dominated. Stephon Diggs was jumping through tables. But I'm just saying, I'm not shocked on TV that game didn't get much of a rating. Now, look, sure, you could use that as an excuse to go to a sports bar and get wasted on a Sunday. Sure, some people did. Yeah. We did years ago.
Yes, exactly.
Right, but also I'm just like, I'm not shocked by that. But NASCAR did very well. In NASCAR, look, you got me. You're racing in the L.A. Coliseum,
right?
Famous for the Mike Williams football catch. But a ton of sportsmen played there. And like for NASCAR, that's a good kind of gimmicky thing, right? Because it's turned into a very regional sport. So playing it at the Coliseum was pretty cool.
Big deal.
And they
I think Phoenix is the next closest track. So NASCAR on the West Coast.
Right. And Phoenix is probably the closest. Don't they have a California race?
I think it might be.
I feel like they might have won, like in Napa or something.
Sedona. Really?
Or is Sedona, California or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it Arizona?
But they remember for a while there was talks of building a track up here.
Yeah,
but it never got pushed through. Right.
So because of the noise.
Yeah, but that's
that's
what's tough with like NASCAR, right? I mean, you can go up to Evergreen Speedway, which is great, and watch like certain divisions. But yeah, it's tough. So for them to be at the LA Coliseum was like pretty cool. And again, I didn't even watch the actual race. I was just watching heats. They were doing like 25 laps in 6 minutes.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
By the way, Ted, one more update.
All right.
Ross gave the monkey away early in the season, and he had a kid with Rachel. Neither of them were really getting rid of each other.
Mm-hmm. He didn't have a kid with Rachel.
I'm just telling you what's coming in, bro.
Well, they're wrong.
I don't know.
He does have a kid, but it wasn't with Rachel.
Does he still have a monkey?
No, there's a rule because they lived in New York State. Once you have a kid, you have to get rid of the monkey.
Oh.
Still say I'm dating monkey girl over snake girl.
Man, no. I mean, do your thing. I'm just saying, no.
I don't know. How could I ever get a wink of sleep there? You still have Olympic coverage on tonight, and then Super Bowl's greatest commercials. That's at 8 over on CBS.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
New on Curiosity Stream, she was a loving wife, a devoted mother. She also stole atomic secrets and gave them to the Soviets. Meet the woman whose deception kick-started the Cold War on The Spy Who Stole the Atom Bomb. And
What if they catch you?
Then I shall be shot.
They're coming! Come back!
Relive history's most death-defying escapes. It's Impossible Escapes, Civil War. Watch now on CuriosityStream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
Hey, all of it, thank you so much for listening to the Men's Room Podcast.
And thanks to our pals at the Advocates Law Firm for being great partners. Yes, even you, creepy Kyle.
Seriously, though, if you had been injured as a result of somebody else in your car, on your bike, walking across the street, talk to our friends at the Advocates Law Firm and let them help you out.
Yeah, they're the best injury lawyers around, and they want to make sure that you're not taken advantage of. Plus, your first consultation is free.
It's simple. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Pittsburgh man drives his car into a huge hole, which just happened to be in the middle of the street. Meanwhile, a Florida Meemaw stabs two over a leaf blower incident while telling old lady to have a seat.
Leaf, meanwhile, is smiling.
Florida man says he wanted to try the shrooms he had after watching a show on Netflix. Couple found naked in parking garage. They were enjoying each other's company, trading some licks. And a couple found in flip car said that each one kidnapped the other. It is time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
Top story, we go to Kentucky, where officers are trying to get the bottom of a crash. They were called to a local Wendy's, which was the scene of not just a crash, but a rollover involving a driver and a passenger. When asked about the situation, both victims told police that they were kidnapped by the other person in the car.
Oh, boy.
It was noted that the passenger was seen coming out of the crash carrying two handguns that he promptly threw into the bushes, but police are still investigating the incident. Honestly, if they're both in on it, it's the perfect cover. No, it was him.
Why don't you charge them both with kidnapping? So quick they flip on that. You know what? You're both charged with kidnapping then. We believe both of you.
Right. Both of you have accused each other. Therefore, we got to follow up on these charges.
There you go.
See who folds first. Not bad. In other news, in Wisconsin, two people got in trouble for a false alarm. Crews were called to the scene after a fire alarm was pulled, but what they found in the building was no fire. Instead, a pair having sex in a car that was stopped on a parking ramp next to the building. When asked what they were doing, they said that they were trying to help put the fire out. I don't know why he was using that to try to get the fire put out, but you know what? You do what you got to do. Asked about the fire alarm pull, the woman said that she pulled it because she did need help, but didn't detail what exactly she needed help with. And then became uncooperative and even aggressive with authorities. Police arrested both of them with lewd behavior as well as bail jumping.
You know, if I'm a cop, like, God, come on, man.
Right.
You were wasting my goddamn time.
And to be honest with you...
You pulled the alarm on yourself while you were having sex in public.
Right.
You dumbass.
And I like to think that if they had just been cooperative, like, yeah, we accidentally pulled it while we were heading on down to the car, whatever it was, they'd have let you off. Slap on the wrist, maybe a small citation, but as soon as you start getting aggressive with the cops, man, it is not going to end well for you.
There was apparently a very dirty couple having sex in this very building in the parking garage. It was like 2 years ago, maybe.
All right.
So the security guard, like, she just looked disgusted. She's walking back to the front desk and, like, God damn it. Like, what? She's like, I'm looking at security footage. I got to go into the parking garage. There's two people that are having sex in the parking garage. They didn't lay down a towel or nothing.
No.
Oh, yeah. She's like, you got to go. That was it.
Nice. Oh, man. A man in Florida, inspired by a Netflix show, got himself into some trouble with police. He was stopped while driving an unregistered truck, which was searched after officers noticed the smell of marijuana. Their search turned up not only weed and paraphernalia, but also a baggie with mushrooms in it.
Yeah.
The man admitted that they were psilocybin mushrooms that he had intended to try, having gained a curiosity by watching an undisclosed Netflix show. He was taken in on possession charges. I think he was let go a little bit later. He was released on bail.
Come on, man.
How many mushrooms did he have with him?
3.
Oh, 3 whole mushrooms?
I think it might have been 3.
Look, you say what you want. The guy's being honest.
Right.
I mean, if that's what you come up with, if not, you'd say, yes, I had mushrooms on me. Yes. But if you say, like, man, I bought these things because I'm watching the show on Netflix and I got to try them.
It looks awesome.
Yeah. Then you think like, all right, well, at least this guy is not lying. You know what I mean?
Right,
Whether
right.
that's wrong or what, it doesn't matter.
It said he had 3 grams of mushrooms on him there, Ted. All right. More out of Florida, we have a woman that didn't act so neighborly. The woman told police that she came out one morning to find her lawn filled with leaves that she believes were blown there by her neighbors while they cleared their own lawn. Taking justice into her own hands, she brought out her own leaf blower and began giving the neighbors their leaves back. This caused an altercation between the 2 households that ended with the woman assaulting her neighbors. Neighbors also claim that the woman stabbed multiple people with a steak knife during the incident, but she denies the claims, and the surveillance footage was found does not show anyone being stabbed.
There is a weird, feeling of doing something when you use a leaf blower. It makes everything look better there at the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's annoying as hell, but it doesn't give you the same satisfaction as a pressure washer.
Agreed.
Yeah.
To me, that's the most satisfying tool that you can use in that world, you know?
That driveway looked nice and fresh.
Oh, whatever you want. Fence, you know what I mean.
Yeah, man.
Blow the mold out.
Children.
And that is it for headlines with that. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you up next, the Men's Room Happy Hour exclusively on the Odyssey app.
Yes, indeed, it's true. But in the meantime, we be all about this bitch for about 180 seconds or so. Either way, you can join us on the happy hour. So until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.